And I know you said the iPod there. We're not accidentally going to get certain mix-a-lots that like big butts come up there.
No, I put together a mix
okay.
Playlist just for events like this.
Okay, because that would be a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have a playlist.
It's random, oh crap.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got against big butts?
I have nothing against big butts, but what I do have a problem with is accidentally playing it when you're expecting something like that to come.
Well, let's see here. So, I mean, but if you don't, if you don't get down there, it's no big deal. But if you got an idea, and that may give you ideas if you go down there. So, but I mean, it's a nice room. It'll take care of what we need. We want to get there at 6:30. And we want to, we want to make sure that we set up the room the way we want it, and we want to. At that point, we want to huddle and go over again. Basically, we'll rehash some of the things that that I'm just about to get into.
I'll get there about 6:30. So.
Okay.
Now, in addition to Chuck, do you know any prominent figures, not to really talk or anything, just but kind of like to, how at the beginning of most events, just have somebody that goes up there and says, "Thank you for coming, blah 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 blah. Let me introduce these people."
Right now, I think Willie Green is about our most prominent person that we got coming.
Will he be willing to speak for about 2 minutes? Not even 2 minutes, just a minute or something. Just go up there and introduce Chuck and say that you're coming.
No, that's a touchy subject for anyone who's involved in a group like that, because if he gets up there on the stage, it seems like an endorsement.
Yeah, right.
So, and that's the problem. I mean, there's a few people that I could have invited that I didn't invite because even going to an event like this is one of the things that this is one of the downsides of being an independent at this point in the campaign.
Right.
Is that the Republicans in office, even if they're sympathetic, they're not going to want to even talk to us necessarily because it feels like, they're putting the hurt on a guy who's vulnerable. Let's face it, Connie Mack is vulnerable this year.
What about anybody like that can just get up there and say, he would be the better person to just go up and give what the campaign's been doing kind of thing, and Chuck should probably talk about you only, and then you should talk about what you think.
Who would be the guy?
I don't know, but is there anybody that that's what I'm saying, outside?
See, and the other issue too is that there's a couple people that I would talk to about doing it, but they're all related with the Islamic community. And it's not that I'm ashamed of the Islamic community, but we've been doing so much with the Islamic community that I want to try and make sure that people understand that this is something separate. This isn't a campaign that's being run out of the back room of a mosque somewhere. So,
pretty close though.
What's that? It's the backyard of a mosque, yeah.
Actually, I think it's technically on the property of the mosque. You're actually in.
But we're renting at full rates, so
there you go.
We're not getting a deal here.
Atheist year.
Yeah, so, atheist.
Yeah. So anyway,
they didn't set off the alarm.
What?
No, atheist.
Yeah, it's on the delay. Gives him a couple seconds to get out.
Oh, that's right. We switched it to the silent alarm.
Islamic Brotherhood will be here in a minute.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere yet.
Yeah. The press gang. Hopefully, probably there's going to be press there. If I can twist some arms, if I can, get some people there, even just to give some token coverage, hopefully that'll happen.
And
certainly, one of the things that was kind of honked me off a little this week was that we got the cold shoulder from Gannett, which fed the news press the expenditure totals for the campaigns, and failed to include us.
Yeah.
Which I sent an email. I contacted the editors at the News Press, and they said that comes straight from GNS, Gannett News Service up in Tallahassee, and I got the email of the person who files those stories up there, but too little, too late, and
Unfortunately,
Well, we know for next quarter.
yeah, and I'll take personal responsibility for that, because the press is my bag, but
Well, that's don't beat yourself up over it. It's not a major thing. This is this quarter. This is the way I'm looking at this dinner, and there's two important things I want to stress here from my point of view. First of all, this is our real sort of kickoff, because the kickoff dinner we had was just kind of internal.
it happened.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the crazy. That was the Crazy for Congress kickoff. That was, I think, none of us had any idea if we could actually make this work or not. Now, I don't know if anybody disagrees with me or not. I'm assuming since you're here, you don't. But I think the question that we have now is one of scale. I think basically what we're doing, we're on the right track. We've just got to figure out a way to take it from the scale that we've been doing it on and blow it up into a full district-wide, better funded, full-scale actual campaign.
See, once you're on the ballot, that makes it a lot easier.
That does. So,
are you eligible for any funds as an independent, public funds? Once you're on the ballot?
no. Well, in the amounts that we're dealing with, no. So, there's no in the state of Florida. There's no public financing. So, and federal funds only apply to the president. So,
it's a buy your way into the election system.
yeah.
Here.
In fact, this just came up in Tallahassee, and they roundly shot it down. They said, with everyone being squeezed so tightly, we don't need to put more of a burden on taxpayers by asking them to fund elections too.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the one thing they should be funding.
Yeah, exactly, because then they would actually have more money to spend, and the economy would probably be better. But that's besides the point. But that's so. This is our real kickoff. And again, just like when we had the Crazy for Congress kickoff, I knew it was going to be a small event. I know this is going to be a small event too. I'm not concerned about. I would love for the news press to be there. I would love for
have you guys
TV
all
station to be there.
contacted all the TV stations?
Yeah, the press releases have gone out. So I would love for them all to be here. But if they're not there, that's okay.
You should call the Mandy Connell show. Get a phone. Get on there somehow and plug your show.
Yeah, it's difficult because right now nobody's really taking us seriously. But once we're on the ballot, like you said, we'll be a force to be reckoned with. The Democrats, I think, are kind of holding their breath and hoping I go away because, the reality is this is going to be a really close race. If Bert Saunders gets any kind of traction at all, he has a real chance of splitting the Republican vote. And if he does that, then that 25-30% that always vote Democrat, that could be enough to push him over. But if I'm in the race, from their perspective, they're thinking, okay, maybe if he pulls even 2-3% of the vote, that could be enough to make us lose. And from my perspective, I'm saying that the Democrats are kind of the real spoilers here.
Yeah, I think they're
because we have a chance of pulling a lot of swing voters that will never go near a Democratic candidate. Especially, and this is, no respect to Larry Burns.
No disrespect, Josh.
Yeah, no, yeah, thank you for that. That was not a Freudian slip. Yeah. That was a no sleep slip. Yeah, no disrespect to Larry Burns, but he's got a problem out the gate where you can run a forward attack ad on him. All you would have to do is say, Canadian, liberal, Democrat, professor. Dun dun dun! And that's, that loses the conservative votes right there.
Winter, 11 months of the year.
Yeah.
Canadian bacon.
Yeah. So I think he's got a real problem going out and talking to people, and a lot of the groups that we've been talking to, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten to yet. So.
Well, I think he's mainly focusing in on FGCU.
Yeah, but
he's using that as his got access to a radio station, a local news outlet there, and student body. If he could move them, that's a lot of votes.
Well, if that's your strategy, Professor Burns, great strategy. Keep it up. Focus everything on FGCU.
No, but you know what I'm
You'll
saying.
have no problems. No, I know what you're saying, and this is I think exactly why a lot of people have doubts about academics, because academics tend to swim in their own little circle and see the academic world as the center of the universe.
But he has definitely put that
I'm not
off
saying
limits
that's his
for us.
case.
No. I'm just that's
but
what I've seen out of his campaign so far.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so-
go much further than FGC,
And I
which is
mean,
fine. That's
he's what is he, about 60,000 he's raised? I think
Thereabouts.
in that
Wow.
neighborhood.
A third of which is his
so
own
that's
money.
part of
But I mean, 60,000 for a major party candidate is pretty anemic. I mean, Connie Mac's close to 900,000 now.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, and you know, we have the advantage of as being an independent that we can run an unconventional campaign, and we can get some traction with that, and we can get some media attention. But when you're a Democrat, when you're in a major party, you're pretty much saddled to running a conventional campaign. With a conventional campaign, 60,000 versus 1 million is not going to get much traction. So
Yeah.
maybe we can convince him a month or two before the election to drop out. But
Well, you know.
we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Exactly. And I mean, you know, a lot of the things, you know, we've said already about, you know, the kind of campaign that we want to run and the kind of issues we want to address, and those aren't the kind of things that we could do as Democrats.
Mhm.
So, you know, so anyway,
Your issues. What else?
yeah. So we get there. I get there at at 6 thereabouts. Like I said, I want everyone to be there at 6:30, and
No later.
no later. And what we need to do we need to delegate the tasks. We can go over that now and say, okay, you know, so and so is going to be at the front door, so and so is going to be, you know, in charge of setting up the podium and making sure all the mics are on
we
and
have
so
a podium?
forth and so on. Yeah, you know, the problem is, you know, the people at the, you know, I know the 4 of us are going to be here, but there's going to be a lot more volunteers when we get, you know, when we're at the event. And
Adam said he was going to be here.
exactly. Yeah, Adam actually stopped by here about half an hour ago. Said that he couldn't make it today, but he'll be there on Sunday.
Mhm.
So we'll have him and Jackie, who will actually be here in a few minutes. Will be there. And I think she's bringing somebody else with her. I think she's bringing Connie with her. Not Connie Mac, but
Connie's helping?
different Connie. You know, and I just thought of somebody else who might help us as well. So I mean, we're going to have some people there, and what we want to do. And you said, did you say Anna's group from?
Yeah, her and her son will probably be there.
Okay. Well,
So,
you know,
I don't. Actually, I want to I will make sure that her son has been. She's been talking about volunteering her son. I don't think he's too enthusiastic about it.
Mhm.
But the one thing that I think did catch his interest was the idea of learning about the camera and everything, and that's something that we can have him do. So let's talk to him, and he's also. I mean, well, you know, he's a 17-year-old guy that, you know, his mother is trying to foist him off on a bunch of older people saying, you know, go work with these guys. So obviously he's a little leery. So, but, you know, one of the things that we really
hey,
need,
come on, we're not that old.
we need Spanish-speaking people. We need more Spanish-speaking people involved with this campaign.
Oh,
And
no hablo mucho español.
so,
Hablo un poquito, pero no puedo hablar con.
yeah. I mean, I would love if we could get, like, part-time work on an Angel. That would be great. But,
Sí. Pero, and you're.
I'm sorry. So go on. What else?
Sunday.
So everyone needs to be there at 6:30 at the latest.
Yeah, 6:30 at the latest, and by that time we'll be able to see how many people we got. Now, what we got to do is we got to lay out what exactly needs to be done, what all the tasks are, so that we can roll out the assignments there when we get to 6:30 on Sunday.
We got camera. We got a desk reader.
And what are the responsibilities of the desk reader?
Basically, just sit at the desk and
Take names.
make sure you get the names of everybody and collect checks.
Sweet.
Okay, take names.
I get every other check, right? That's
One for you. One for me.
Name tags.
Name tags. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not writing people's names for them. Make them write.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, no, screw that.
Okay. We need an audio visual person. I don't know what kind of lighting setup they have. If they have any switches for lights or.
Yeah, female AV ranger.
Hey Doc, how you doing? All right, what's going on? Okay.
I'm gonna have to get going here in a minute.
Okay.
La examen de español.
What was her name again? I think so. Can I call you back in about 15 minutes? I'm right in the middle of a meeting now. Okay, I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Okay, so we got an AV person is making sure that the mics are on and all the setup is going there. Do we want to
And
make
plugging
that
in the
person?
iPod. Yeah.
Plugging in iPod. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
At most, all I'll have to do is just queue up a couple songs on the iPod. Shouldn't be too hard.
we want to have our banner people making sure that setup is kosher and works. Cause
Honestly, that's only gonna take 5 minutes once we get it all put together, and we'll run it through 2 test trials.
Okay.
And if you're gonna be the person speaking up there, just you turn around. If we go with the setup I thought of, just pull it and walk away.
That'll work.
Okay.
Okay, you try and get there a little early though. Try and get there at least an hour.
Well,
or
I
so
gotta find
early
the
to-
sticks for that too. That'll be.
Okay. Can you rig that up?
It's enough.
Like some dowel
Okay.
rods.
Okay. Well.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Like dowel rods.
Yeah, no, yeah. The little, those I don't know what they're called. Those little wooden sticks.
The way
Well,
like
I'm leaving that to you guys.
What's that?
the circular like
Yeah.
wooden pole things. Yeah, dowel
Put them
rods.
in the back and then have them hanging. You know how you'd hang a
Okay.
picture.
So,
right?
so you're gonna take care of that?
Yeah, I just gotta
Okay.
figure out how long that is.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
It's
you
2x4.
2x4.
I trust you guys on that because that's not my working with physics and actually making little things that go. I mean, hey.
Oh, it's gonna be a nigger room.
Jury rig is the expression you're looking for.
Jury rig. Exactly. So, I mean, however, just make sure, that if I'm the person pulling the string and I'll tell you right now, I'm not too good at that stuff. So, but if I'm the person who's pulling the string.
It'll just be a quick yank.
I just said that, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me,
Oh, okay, I got it.
I don't think yank is what you said. So okay. So we have a camera person, we have a desk reader, we have an AV person, we have banner people. What more do we have to make sure that we do?
As the greeter, whoever the greeter is, another responsibility of the greeter is I just want them to remind people that drinks are available.
Okay.
If they, the drink, because number one, it's expensive to actually have a bartender there. But number two, because of a lot of the people there are going to be Muslims, I didn't want to have like open bottles of champagne for the event. But anybody who wants a drink, it's going to be a host bar, so drinks are available. We'll cover the cost of drinks.
Let's say drinks are available, and then we cover the cost. And afterwards, we're going to be doing our hustle for money. We're going to, the core people here are going to be talking. And
Okay, and this is where the volunteers are going to kick in. We can do this one of two ways. I'm going to give my big pitch, for why we need the money, and then Yeah, okay. I'm going to give my big pitch, why we need the money, and then that'll be the end of it, and then we'll serve dinner. And then around the time the dessert comes, this is where we really need the volunteers to kick in. What we need the volunteers to do is we need to rig up a little pledge sheet. And just little quarter page pledge sheets, and have the volunteers go and ask everybody to do the pledges. And this should be a really small group.
I really don't know I know what you're saying, but I don't know what that is. I know a pledge sheet is, I'm going to give you money, but do you collect the money there, or do you collect the money later?
Basically, the pledge sheet will say, I pledge to donate so much money, blank by blank date.
Oh.
And we'll have them go around and
Incidentally, I don't know if we want to leave that date blank open, because if 20 people say they're going to contribute $1,000 by May 3rd, that's nice, but
maybe what we can do is we can say I pledge to donate blank money by May 1st, or blank money by blank date. Have the two options, because like some people, as the campaign progresses, because I mean, our money woes, and we're over one small hurdle if we get the money that we need by the beginning of May. But I mean, then we have a whole new list of money woes. We have no money for operating expenses, for advertising, for anything. Hey, how you doing, Medler?
Alrighty, I gotta get going now.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
La clase de español es muy importante porque la examen is...
Okay, yeah. So
Today.
Oi.
Now.
Just don't forget to rig up the sign thing.
See? It's no problemo.
I think those are quarter-inch divots.
No, they're not. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I don't really have to worry too much about that. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find some red bread ties,
Mm.
and I'm gonna do it in the back so you don't notice it. I'm just gonna put the so I don't mess up the sign.
Yeah.
And on the back, just put a stick. One of those there. I'll do one on the bottom so it's flat, and then we'll have it hanging from string. Do you know what color the walls are?
They're light colored. I don't know.
So a
specifically
beige
what
colored
they are.
string would be okay.
Probably.
Okay, and then it's the exact same size, the other side.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we'll hang them over each other.
Mhm. Yeah. And the back sign can be that can be firmly affixed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't fall out.
Yeah.
Now, can we put a nail in the wall?
Probably not.
Probably not.
How are we gonna hang it?
Tape. Double-sided tape, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe that
That
causes.
might rip paint.
That might be an issue. All right, we'll see.
I don't think double-sided tape is a big deal.
Yeah.
We'll figure it. Alrighty. Thank you.
And you could just take some from work, Joe.
I'll see y'all later.
We
Okay.
have double-sided
Thanks,
tape.
man. Talk to you later.
Look at music. Trust me.
Dang it.
That's something I was gonna ask. Did you talk to Brian, right? Who works at...
Brian,
Okay.
I haven't had.
I briefly mentioned it all to him, but
I
was
2
or 3 weeks ago. I was just walking by the info desk, saw him. Was like, hey, we were talking about you.
Yeah, Brian's got 2 jobs right now. His
What's the other
schedule's
one?
pretty full. I've discussed it with him a little bit.
Cool.
But I mean, as far as getting committed with the campaign, I don't sense that there's, because he's the type of person who would want to get a nuanced look at this, and I don't know if he has the time to commit to that right now. He'd be great. I mean, if we could get him, but I don't think we can get him.
So yeah, I think really, I mean, most of the stuff that we would normally need volunteers for is going to be taken care of by the hotel staff. So the greeter, and the other thing I wanted to say before Tamam left, and I'll say it to you guys. Aside from the fact that this is our kickoff, I understand this is, in the big scheme of things, this is a relatively small event. So just have fun with it, and I just don't be stressed out about it. I want to make sure that everybody there comes and has a good time and relaxes. And we only had when we did the kickoff dinner, we only had like maybe 15, 16 people that came. But it was nice because we sat close and everybody talked and everybody got to know each other. So I'd like to do the same thing. We have the round table set up here this time, but the main thing that the volunteers can do is just kind of facilitate mingling and just go around and talk to everybody and get to know everybody. And again, just relax and have fun with it.
And hopefully we'll make money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, either way, either we'll make money and we'll have a great campaign, or we'll have a nice dinner. One or the other.
Yeah.
So either way, there's no pouting, no hard feelings if we don't raise the money.
Yeah. And most of the de-stress talk, I think, is directed my way.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about your job is aside from giving the introduction, which I don't know if that's stressful for you or not. Okay.
It's fun.
Okay.
That's the fun part.
Okay,
for me.
cool. Well, so I mean, your job is basically done, like at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, once you got all the volunteers in place and everything,
Just
your job is basically done. So.
Well, then in that case, I'm gonna start drinking about that time.
There you go.
Let's see here.
Justin TV went down.
Justin TV went down.
The site crashed. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, when you get so many people, who are clamoring to see democracy in action, these kinds of things are just going to happen.
Well, good thing we're prepared.
Exactly. I want to ask about the pledge sheet. I'm with Muhammad here. We can throw that together.
That is. In fact, I have an example for you somewhere. I have a sample for you I can give you.
Okay.
From the coalition.
Yeah. It's a real simple thing. I mean, it's like a 2-line piece of paper.
It's like what, that big?
Yeah. I mean, they had like little slivers of paper when they did it there. See, that's what we're competing against.
Oh, man.
Although, actually, I think that's a dummy. I think this is actually. I think this guy is actually a political channel.
No, that's the.
Oh, that's the piano guy.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the piano.
Really?
No.
So everybody know what we need to do?
Hopefully we got it laid out here. Again, 6:30 is the big deal because that's,
Yeah. In fact, if you can get there earlier.
Yeah.
Try and get there around 6.
I'm right down the street, so
Yeah,
I'm fine.
and I mean,
it's a lot easier than coming out here.
Nabil and Adam will be there early, and they're both very pliable volunteers. They're both great guys. They'll do anything you ask them to do. So.
Do you have Stacy Lohr's telephone number handy? I can look it up.
Where's the folder with all the info for her? Start organizing this stuff there.
I don't know that dessert is getting rolled out at a specific time either. So if we're queuing off of that, I think that's we may need to just simply use our own judgment about when things are wrapping up in that regard.
Yeah, well, if we have the whole night, then we don't have to worry. I mean, we can put off starting dinner till 8. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Straighten this crap out. I had it in a folder. I don't know where that folder's at. You have it?
I bet you I can beat you.
Okay. That's a switch.
Yeah. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I can start using those filing cabinets we have. starting to build a backlog of paperwork here. What did we pay today? $50 or $100?
50.
50. Okay. Oh, I see. And this is the luncheon ticket.
Yeah, did
Gotcha.
that get worked out?
Yeah.
Oh, it just says that on the ticket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I about shit my pants when they said $100.
Yeah. No, it was $100 a seat. They when we went to the general membership meeting, they talked about this, and actually one of the ladies asked if we were coming. I forgot all about the date. I was planning on coming, so I was glad.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Yeah, I remember. I was
Forgot
glad
about
Willie
the
called me
date.
yesterday.
Yeah, I was wondering how you knew.
Yeah.
I'm like, did we call them or did they call us?
Okay. All right, we're back up live. You can go ahead and cut the camera.